It's T-minus 2 days until Thanksgiving, which means a lot of us are wondering how on earth we're going to prepare that giant bird defrosting in the refrigerator. On this week's edition of Today's Health, Erica Edwards has some tips on cooking turkeys safely.
You are looking at one of the worst things you can do while prepping a Thanksgiving turkey, rinsing it off.
That's really a no-no. First of all, washing the turkey will do nothing to get rid of the pathogens or the bacteria that's on the turkey.
What it does do is splash that bacteria all over the sink and onto countertops where other food is prepared. The only safe way to kill bacteria is to cook the bird thoroughly. A meat thermometer must reach 165 degrees in 3 spots inside the turkey, the innermost parts of the breast, wing, and thigh. USDA food safety experts say they get a lot of calls to the turkey hotline from people who get a little too comfortable post-feast.
They'll call into the hotline and mention that they have had too much wine to drink and they had fallen asleep before they packed up their leftovers and put them in the refrigerator.
That's a real problem and a real food poisoning risk because bacteria grow quickly on food at room temperature. Leftovers should be refrigerated within 2 hours of serving. Erica Edwards, NBC News.
If you get to Thursday morning and realize you forgot to defrost the turkey, don't panic. Experts say you can cook a frozen turkey, just plan on having it in the oven longer. In other health news this morning, hands and wrist injuries can sideline high school athletes from the field and their schoolwork. About 8% of high school sports injuries involve the hands or wrists, according to researchers from Children's Hospital Colorado. Their studies showed wrist fractures and sprains were most common, and many athletes needed surgery. Experts say it is important to prevent these injuries since they can affect writing, typing, and other schoolwork. But they believe the benefits of high school sports still outweigh the risks. And a new study reveals motorcycle crashes are far more deadly than car accidents. Data from Canada shows motorcycles cause 3 times the injuries and 5 times the deaths than car wrecks. People injured from motorcycle crashes were also much more likely to be hospitalized and admitted to the ICU. Finally, overweight women may need more frequent mammograms. Researchers in Sweden found women with a higher BMI were more likely to have a large tumor when they were diagnosed with breast cancer. Heavier women also had a worse prognosis when their cancer was detected between regular screenings. Experts say more studies are needed before any changes are made to mammogram guidelines. That's it for this week's edition of Today's Health. And coming up on KPVI News Today, we take a look at your KPVI News Today headlines.